Thank you for joining us. This is Crossfire. Tonight, we begin from the court where justice came to the relentless. The family of Solomon Mwangi found closure 5 years after his brutal murder. A court in Nakuru found former Icaciri Girls High School principal Jane Muthoni guilty of murder of her late husband Solomon Mwangi. The body of the late Mwangi, who until his murder was the principal of a Kiru Boys High School in Murang'a, was found dumped at a Karakuta coffee farm in Kiambu in November of 2016, days after his disappearance. Muthoni was convicted alongside one of her accomplices, Icaciri. Mark Namaswa opens our broadcast tonight.
The quest for justice for former Kiru Boys High School principal Solomon Mwangi is over after his wife and her co-accused were found guilty of his murder.
That both accused persons, namely Jane Muthoni Mushero and Icaciri Wamboi, alias Bekoyo, are guilty of the murder of Simon Mwangi, that is deceased, contrary to Section 203, as read together with Section 204 of the Penal Code.
Evidence presented before the court over the November 2016 murder implicated the wife, Jane Muthoni, and 3 other suspects, Icaciri, Joseph Kariuki Njuguna, and Nelson Njiru. However, in the course of the case, Joseph Kariuki, one of the suspects, opted to cooperate with the prosecution. He narrated to the court what transpired in exchange for a lenient sentence. And for his testimony, his charges were reduced to manslaughter and consequently a 7-year jail term. The court was told that Jane Muthoni conspired with the 3 co-accused to murder her husband. The first step was to spike the husband's food or drink with a stupefying agent, xylazine, used for sedation of livestock, then murder him. However, the first attempt failed. The court was informed that the second attempt was successful, with the 4 suspects picking the deceased at Urithi section of the Thika Superhighway, duping him into believing they were taking him to a site visit on a plot for sale. At Karakuta Coffee Estate, Kiambu, the deceased, now weakened by the stupefying agent, was strangled using a sisal rope, then dragged before he was tied to a tree and sacks placed over his head.
The evidence has demonstrated that the first accused person was the author of the plot and likely administered the xylazine that rendered the deceased intoxicated, hence more vulnerable to the strangulation, and delivered him for the actual strangulation.
Another suspect, Nelson Njiru, disappeared after the murder and is still at large. Jane Muthoni and Icaciri will be sentenced on May 18, 2021. Mark Namaswa, KTN News.
Tonight, the IEBC is on its defense. The Commission says